Hey, good to see you all. My name is Elmo, but you can call me this guy, just to make it easier for everyone. Hey, it's that guy on YouTube who rambles on and on. Today I'm going to ramble on and on about two pedals designed by Mr. Joe Satriani together with VOX. One is the Ice 9 Overdrive and the other is the Satchurator Distortion. I don't know what the difference between a distortion and an overdrive is, to be honest. Maybe I'll find out something today. So, I'll be right back after this intro. Alright, welcome back. So, like I said, today I'm talking about these two pedals and here's a picture of them. Before I start playing, a bit about build quality and the controls. They both feel really nice, feel like they're built to withstand a beating. The Satchurator has gain, tone and volume, and the Ice 9 has gain, tone, bass and volume. Both have an on-off switch. Duh. And a more switch, because more is more. I'm liking these pedals already. The Satchurator also has a pad switch and the Ice 9 has a vintage modern flip switch. So we'll see what these pedals do. I'll get them hooked up and then I'll start bringity boingity bing. Alright, so welcome back. Now, I've everything hooked up. Apart from those two pedals, I also have a Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive, just to give you a kind of reference tone if you're new to the channel, kind of what I'm after, and also a reference tone for myself, because, yeah, kind of calibrate my ears a bit. Now, I also have a wah connected to the TC electronic delay. I'm using a Fender Yngwie Strat into a Marshall cab with greenbacks. So, that's it, and here's my clean tone. Something like that. It's not entirely clean, this amp. Really, never is. Now, here's the Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Overdrive, just to give you a taste of what I'm normally after. Yeah, so that's my kind of regular tone. Now, I thought we'd start with the Ice 9 and just see what it does when you turn it on and have everything at 12. I have the flip switch at vintage because I generally found I prefer vintagey stuff more. Generally. But here's what the Ice 9 does with everything at 12 o'clock. Nice. Now let's see what the more switch does. So I'll put a bit more on. Subtle difference there. Not too big. It sounds really, really nice. I'll turn the switch from vintage to modern. Not a huge difference. Okay, so that's everything at 12 o'clock on the Ice 9. I thought I'd just compare it with everything set to 12 o'clock on the Satchurator and see, maybe this will give me some kind of idea what the difference is between a distortion and an overdrive, because the Ice 9 is an overdrive and the Satchurator is a distortion, and I don't know what the difference is, to be honest. I only hear differences in sound, but no one's ever explained that to me, and I'm too lazy to Google. Actually, I did Google it, but got so many different varying types of answers. I don't know. I'm just a stupid rock and roll guitar player. Okay, so here goes Satchurator. Okay, like I thought, it sounds a bit edgier and maybe even a bit nasty to my liking. Let's see what the more switch does. Even with everything set to 12 o'clock, there's plenty of gain going on. It's a bit edgy. Okay, I'll try putting the gain and volume on both of the pedals to 3 o'clock and see how that changes the sound. So, Ice 9 first, and I have it set back to the vintage mode. Okay, I think I'll tweak this a bit. Want it a bit brighter, and yeah, I'll add a bit to the tone and cut the... Well, I'll just add a bit to the tone first to see what the tone pot does. So the tone is now at 3 o'clock as well. Not half bad. See what the bass knob does. I'll just turn that to 9 o'clock first and then to 3 o'clock and see how that changes. That was with the bass at 9 o'clock, now back up to 3 o'clock. Very nice. I'll turn gain and volume all the way up, back off on the bass, back to 12 o'clock, and put the tone up full as well and see how this pedal sounds with basically maxed out. All right, here goes. It sounds very nice. Now I'll just compare it to the Fender Yngwie Overdrive. And the Ice 9. Okay, Okay, so the Ice 9 sounds loads fatter, and I think that's because of the bass knob on it. So back off on the bass, let's say to, well, just back it off entirely and see how that sounds. Again, switch over to the Yngwie Overdrive. Ice 9. Okay, so there's definitely a difference. It's the Yngwie Overdrive cuts through more, and I'm guessing that in a mix that would be a good thing. I'm not sure. I actually like the Ice 9 really much. I'll just switch to the modern side of it to see how that affects everything now that we have, well, this setting going on. So everything is still maxed out apart from the bass, which is all the way down. Okay, backing off on the tone a bit and backing off on the volume on the guitar to see how that cleans up. Or I'll just back off on the volume first and see how it cleans up. Compared to the Fender, there is a difference there, but I'm really liking the VOX. It's very nice. Okay, I'll go over to the Satchurator and see. Now I have the gain and volume on that set to 9 o'clock, see how that sounds. Yeah, I'm not liking this. I like the Ice 9, but I don't like the Satchurator. Kind of like I suspected. The Overdrive is more of a vintage type sound, much softer, and it can still scream like crazy. But this one just sounds nasty. Probably good for some stuff, and yeah, I'll put volume and gain up on full and see how it sounds now, and I'll add a bit to tone as well, so I'll put tone at 9 o'clock. And that's how well I know the clock, because I've of course meant to say I've put it at 3 o'clock. Me smart. It sounds absolutely terrible. Back off on the tone to what I originally said, 9 o'clock. Oh, it's not terrible anymore. Now I'll back off on the gain, way back to 12 o'clock. Yeah, not my pedal at all. But the Ice 9, on the other hand, very much my pedal. Really liking it. This is just basically, this is the first time I've played through these. Oh, well, bit of a lie. I actually did try out the Ice 9 real quickly once. It seems I had a bad day then because I didn't really like it. But I'm loving it now. And this is something I'm definitely keeping, and I'm going to record it and see how it sounds in a mix compared to the Fender. And yeah, the good thing about the Ice 9 is because you have the more switch, you can get, if you have a cleaner amp than this, it should work as your only overdrive. At least that's what I'm guessing. We can get plenty of overdrive from it. The Fender, I think, would fall a bit short with an entirely clean amp, because, like, as you can hear, this amp isn't totally clean. So if you had something like a Fender, I think a Fender amp that was totally clean, the Fender Yngwie Overdrive probably wouldn't work as well. But the Ice 9 is really nice. Okay, so that's basically all I have for you today. Like I said, if there's anyone who knows what the difference between a distortion and an overdrive is, please let me know. It has something to do with clipping and how it clips. That's basically all I know. I also recognize the difference in sound, at least between these two. I'm loving the Ice 9, and I'm really not digging the Satchurator. For some reason, I think VOX has stopped making these, which is a real shame because they're really nice pedals. At least that's the impression I'm under. I might be wrong, I'll have to check that. They're not overly expensive, but they're not cheap either. You can get second-hand ones on eBay, fairly reasonably priced. I didn't check Amazon actually before I started doing this video, but I'll put links below if I find any. If I don't, I won't. Yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and give it a thumbs down if you didn't. And like I said, comment, feel free to share with everyone, and please feel free to support me on Patreon. I buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest opinion. And here's an honest opinion. I loved the Ice 9. I very much disliked the Satchurator. So not for me, that one. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. And I'm going to end by playing a bit on the Ice 9 in vintage mode, because I preferred that one.